Hey everyone, it's me, Bro Man here again. Talking about Star Wars Rogue One or Rogue One, a Star Wars story. So, this movie, I had no plans on seeing it. Like I said, I believe in one of my previous podcast videos here. Um, I know it's pretty much, I think it's out now on digital release and stuff. I haven't bought it. I don't plan on buying it. Uh, I was extremely bored and underwhelmed with this movie. I didn't really care for anything that was going on and stuff. Um, I, it's just a horrible movie in my opinion. I do like, I do like Gareth Edwards because I liked his movie Godzilla. Although that's the only movie I've seen of his. Um, I didn't see any of his other previous works, but just okay. So like I said, I'm a child who was born in the '90s, and at that time there was like a lot of Star Wars games coming out, stuff like up to this point. The only other Star Wars game that came out before this, well, there's like a few like mobile games, really like Force Arena and Galaxy of Heroes, along with like some other small mobile games like Star Wars Commander and stuff. Um, the only big platform game is Star Wars Battlefront, which came out in 2016 or 15 or something like that. At least like before um, the Force Awakens came out, and Jesus Christ, like it just like you all know how I feel about Force Awakens, but this movie is just a lot worse. Um, Even though it is technically original, except for the Death Star plans. The person who originally stole the Death Star plans was a guy named Kyle Katarn. You can look him up on Wikipedia, or I guess you just go to Google, just type in Kyle Katarn. He was a guy that was in the Imperial, you know, military. I think he was in. He was like, well, I think he was a stormtrooper if I remember correctly, and then he became like a smuggler who was helping the Rebel Alliance, and then later on he became like a Jedi. Which at that time there wasn't the whole Metachlorians thing going on. Thank you George Lucas, you idiot. Um, I don't know why he had to do Metachlorians. Obviously he didn't think that no one was special. Apparently that no one could attempt to connect to the Force, but whatever. Um, So this movie, yeah, it should have been Kyle Katarn's story because his character was really good. I mean, they didn't have to make his character a Jedi later on or whatever. I mean, or they could have killed his character off in this movie. And, there was that female pilot with him that was also, you know, with him throughout his journey. And they decided to go with this another female-led movie, which I wasn't invested in her character. Like, same kind of thing with Ray. Honestly, I wasn't really invested because I felt like they overdid her character and stuff. I was like, yay, this. And the only female led movie I like is Wonder Woman because Wonder Woman feels empowering and stuff. Like, she's a good character and, she's there to do the right thing. But these Star Wars movies with these two female led characters seem to have a problem for me. I don't know what it is. I like Wonder Woman more than I like Ray and Jyn Erso here, and Felicity Jones is the one who plays Jyn Erso. And the only movie I've seen Felicity Jones come from is the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie, where she's supposedly, I guess, she might have been Black Cat like in the next movie, but that wasn't gonna work, and I'm glad it didn't. Um, but yeah, these movies should have been better, and I think this movie should have been Kyle Katarn's, not a story of this woman, and then there's that book called Rebel Rising to fill in the gaps between the beginning and like to like her adult years or whatever. So um, I just I don't know. Um, this movie, the way how it ended and everything, I can understand, but in the what was it? I think it was like Dark Forces or something like that. It was a computer game that came out that introduced Kyle Katarn and all that stuff, and the you know was it the advanced like stormtroopers, like those droid stormtroopers, and it. I think that's how it kind of could have been done or something like that. Although in the Rebels show, there those droids were actually introduced and stuff, and along with Tarkin. I mean, not well. Tarkin was brought back, of course, but the introduction of Thrawn again into the series. I'm just I'm hoping that they look at this movie and maybe can understand the problem that although it did make over $1 billion, but I just when I saw, I'm like, man, I could care less about these characters and stuff. I mean, Ben Mendelsohn's character Orson Krennic was not that great, so I don't know. I hope that the next movie, which I believe is Han Solo, I hope that one's really good, but I'm not gonna keep my hopes up. Um, like I said, I think the Star Wars saga has been having issues, especially when it was under LucasArts, with the books, and then there was the comic books. I think the comic books at that time were their own separate story. They didn't really connect with the books, but even I think some of the books were having issues. But now that there's a storyboard group and stuff trying to have everything line up, it's trying to fix all that, honestly. But still, there was even materials those from those books and games that could have been used. Like Force Unleashed is a really good, game and story. Except for its sequel, though, that I don't know what they did with that. I don't know where they were trying to go with that. But anyways, yeah, this movie, the development of the characters and everything, I could care less. I'm like, I don't know if that was on purpose for me, you know, because like when they died, I'm like, yep, they're dead, like whatever, like next. And then they had to do Carrie Fisher's face and stuff, and along with Grand Moff Tarkin and stuff in this, what is his name? Peter Cushing, I think is his name. Is that? Yeah, I think that is. Yeah, it is. Um, but yeah, I just hope, you know, I hope they kind of like listen a little bit more to the fans. Like, I might do a Marvel or just a comic book movie thing in general. I know I did Wonder Woman, but I think I need to do a comic book movie where stuff where they need to pay more attention to source material and stuff. Because there was source material pretty much created where they could have taken stuff from those games and stuff and adapted Kyle Katarn to the big screen, which I think would have been amazing. If they wanted to do Diego Luna as Kyle Katarn, I would have been totally okay with that. But no, he had to be his own character casting Andor and stuff, and so I don't know. I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm just getting to the point where I think I might be done with this stuff. So, um, yeah, the Star Wars, everything, they kind of like, for me, the only good one is the theatrical release of A New Hope, Star Wars. So, I don't know what they're gonna do after all this, but once the sequel trilogy is done, I don't know if they'll keep going or not. But anyways, that's it. This movie, I was kind of underwhelmed, and I was like, yay, like all this is happening and blah blah blah. But I think it should have been something totally different. I think it should have been more with Kyle Katarn's story, but they had to do this female, and it's Disney and stuff, and the liberal, regressive left crap and stuff. I'm like, if her character was more developed or something like that, where I cared for her more, then I would understand. But no, not here. So that's all I really have to say on this. I'll do something else later today. And if you are listening to this today before 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, there is the E3 press conference stuff continuing, at least for like Microsoft and Bethesda today. So, but I think before that, I'm gonna try to continue either with Spec Ops: The Line or I'll do a new game. So, but that is it. Thanks for listening. Hit that like button if you like. If you didn't like it, it's up to you. You can leave comments, of course, and subscribe for more. But yeah, that's it. And thank you very much. Bye, everyone.